Well, Blake, it was nice to get some of that sun again today, but a little cool in the shade. Really keeping those eyes on those overnight temperatures tonight.
Yeah, once again, Elena, for those that have a green thumb, it's a night just to be on the outlook that we may contend with frost and even for some locations, a hard freeze. But I'm hopeful once we can get past tonight, that will be it for any widespread risk of frost and freezing conditions for the rest of this spring season. As for the view today, well, at least we have enjoyed a blue sky here at home. This is the view out of Grand Rapids. Pretty uneventful day. That's never a bad thing in the way of weather. The numbers, however, still trending a bit below average. 60, while pleasant, is a good 5 to 10 degrees below average at this point of May. Satellite and radar showcasing that mostly sunny sky, just a few fair weather clouds existing eastward of the greater Grand Rapids area. But even with the sunshine today, temperatures struggled, only in the 50s in many locations. 60, that was the daytime high for Grand Rapids, 61 in Kalamazoo, our warm spot, 62 for those in Battle Creek. Notice Ludington, 51 degrees. That's it for the daytime high here on this 11th of May. We should be well into the upper 60s. 13 weather ball is blinking red. Will be slightly warmer tomorrow. A fair chunk of West Michigan climbing into the 60s, but we do have a round of rain on the way. 13 weather ball is brought to you by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Because of the chilly day today for May standards, we have another round of that frost and freeze risk across the area. National Weather Service has went ahead and issued a frost advisory for the counties shaded in blue. For these counties shaded in blue, overnight lows falling into the middle 30s at the very least. Would not be surprised, a few spots even closing in on 32 degrees, the freezing mark. The coldest spots, once again, farther to the north, closer to the Big Rapids area, places along US 10. That's where a freeze warning will be in effect as the night goes on, and temperatures overnight likely falling a couple degrees below that freezing mark. On a broad brush note, we fall into the 30s tonight. Tomorrow, however, the wind does shift to the south, and that will boost our numbers briefly before a cold front comes into the area. Temperatures at least settling into the lower to middle 60s. There's the big picture. High pressure in control today, even through tonight, but in due time, here's our focus of the forecast. Low pressure and its attendant cold front will work its way into the Great Lakes region and then pass our neck of the woods by the end of tomorrow. So our hour-by-hour forecast, no issues this evening and really through much of tonight. After midnight, clouds will slowly be on the increase to the point where we may contend with a passing shower or two tomorrow morning, but the greater chance of passing rain tomorrow will be throughout the afternoon into the evening hours as that cold front knocks on our doorstep. And even there's a possibility of a few rumbles of thunder once that cold front slides through. This would be later in the evening tomorrow. That's around 10 in the evening tomorrow. Once that cold front passes by, for the most part, we dry out. Having said that, Wednesday will be a cooler day around the Great Lakes region with a fair amount of clouds. The rain itself, we're not anticipating a major rainmaker with this system, about 1/10 to 1/3 of an inch of rain, and there will be some dry time here and there tomorrow in between those passing showers. But the cold front does its job. Look at Wednesday. Temperatures only in the 50s. I wouldn't be surprised some of us don't even make our way out of the 40s come Wednesday afternoon. But that is a one-day cool down. Signs point that we will warm up nicely for the end of the week, even stretching into the weekend. And there's that lobe of cooler Canadian air come Wednesday. A dive, a dip in our jet stream, but that is short-lived. We'll see the jet stream work its way northward of the Great Lakes region, and that will allow warmer air, that southerly flow, to work its way back into West Michigan, meaning we'll at least climb back into the 60s towards the end of the week and even into the 70s come this weekend. Temperatures tonight falling into the 30s, widespread. Just keep that in mind if you have plants, sensitive vegetation already planted. It's one of those nights to protect those plants and vegetation. Our coldest spots will be near and north of Big Rapids, falling a couple degrees below the freezing mark. And then from Grand Rapids down to Kalamazoo, same thing goes in the middle 30s for the overnight low. 13 on your side, 7-day forecast, so a few showers tomorrow, even a rumble of thunder. We have a cool Wednesday on the horizon, but once we can pass Wednesday, Elena, Thursday and Friday, a nice end of the week in the 60s. And look at the weekend, 70s both weekend days. We'll have to just watch out for that shower and storm chance come Sunday, but at the very least, signs are pointing that we'll have some consistent spring warmth by the end of this 7-day forecast.
I'm really looking forward to that weekend. Looks nice. I know it's only Monday. We shouldn't be thinking ahead too far to the weekend, but maybe this week's an exception.
You got that right.
Thanks so much, Blake.